gateway of the night, which is Pictomania by Vlada Chitali. Is that how...
I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
I know, people just call it Vlada Games because
it's a Vlada.
It's a Vlada. So Vlada is known. He's a designer of such illustrious games as Mage Knight. He's done a whole bunch of other games.
He's done Space Alert.
Space Alert. Yes, he's a very well-renowned designer, and we're looking at his the new version of Pictomania, and this is going to lead us into our discussion tonight. Our discussion topic is going to be, we're going to tell you about some games that scratch that creativity itch
physically.
The physical creativity itch. Other than that, that
can't help yourself, can you?
That ethereal creativity itch that we're not discussing tonight.
No, this is a metaphorical. People.
Exactly right, but
there might be a game there. Scratch another opponent, right? Like we could come up with our own game here.
Exactly right, but we're talking about games that allow you to do similar vein to Pictionary. Essentially, these are what we mean by creative games. But we're gonna come back to that later because we want to talk about what Ralph describes as his replacement for Pictionary, which is our gateway game of the week, which is Pictomania. So, Ralph, why don't you take us away and tell us about this game, because you introduced it to Matt and ourselves tonight, and yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I actually heard about this game from another podcast, some British guys. I can't remember what it was. It wasn't Board Game Barrage or anything.
Oh, they're like, put your bums in a seat and let's play, or something like that. Is that what
I think so, yeah. I heard a few years back. But this game, I think, has been around for quite some time now. I think like 2008 or something like that. Pictomania, it's basically my Pictionary replacement. So the way it works is you're going to basically be told to draw something and you're going to have to draw it. Now, the way it's different from Pictionary is when you get told to draw something, you're going to draft these two random cards, and they're going to be coordinates. So they're going to be like C7 or like B2, that sort of thing. And in front of you, you're going to have 3 selections of words to pick from. So in the A slot, you might have a word like submarine, raft, steamboat. So if you get C3, that would relate to steamboat being the third word on the C level card. So there's 3 cards, and each card has 7 words on it. So all up, there's 21 words in front of you, and every player at the same time is going to be drawing one of those words. So the game plays between 3 to 6 players. We played it tonight just before this podcast. We played it at 3 players because there's 3 of us tonight. And essentially the way the game works is you get told what you're drawing and you draw it. When you finish drawing, you pick up a deck of cards which are all labeled 1 through to 7. And you look at what the other players are drawing. Now, I'm very slow at this, and everyone else guesses faster than me. However, what you got to do with those 7 cards, those numbers 1 to 7, is you look at your friend's drawing, and if you think it relates to word number 4 on one of those 3 cards, you put down the number 4 face down in front of his picture. And you're going to do that for both other players or all the other players. When you finish guessing, you can grab some bonus points from the middle, and then you finish the first round. Then you go through the scoring, and this is where the game turns for me.
Yeah.
So in the scoring is slowly you pick up those cards, those people's answers, and you're going to go, oh, I drew C5, which is a raft. And those players that put the number 5 down get points. Now, if they didn't get the guess correct and they guess something else, they won't get any points. But the thing is, you don't give out any points because you give out points when they guess you're drawing correctly. And if your drawing, like mine, is utter crap and they don't actually guess what it is, those are negative points for you, or in this case, negative points for me, because I wasn't handing out the winning, because they got the drawing correct, because I wasn't handing out those points, then negative points for me. So you get points by actually correctly guessing the other player's drawings, and you also don't lose points by having other players guess your drawing. So, but that
forces
that
you
was
to
a very
draw well and guess well.
It does. So it's quite a tough balance. I've played this at 6 players a few times, but first I want to hear what you guys thought about it because it's your first time playing it tonight.
Loved it. Even
the first round we played, I was like, The second round we played, I was like, yes, this is what I love.
Do you want to explain
Yeah.
why the second round?
Well, there's 4 different difficulties of cards. So
There's
we
baby
played
mode,
That's right.
easy mode,
Yeah.
artist mode, and oh my god
And then
mode.
what the hell are you doing?
Feel free to use some examples.
Well,
as
yeah.
well.
So
Yeah.
in the first tier, I mean, all the words on a card are related in some way.
Shall I read out a
They're
card
of
for
a
our
theme.
audience?
Yeah, all right. All right, read
Alright,
out
so,
a card.
this is an example of a baby card. This is the easiest level. Ready? As Ralph said. Submarine, scuba tank, life jacket, shipwrecked, a raft, pirate ship, and steamboat. So all things to do with water
Water and boats.
Yeah.
water and boats, but not really necessarily all the same.
But but there are some very distinguishable features about those cards.
Exactly.
And, you
It
know,
does slowly step up
Exactly
as
right.
well.
Yeah, so there's
Now-
4. That's level 1. Let's
No.
go to level 4.
No, you'll do me the honor of listening to level 4. Here we go. Ready? Solidarity, respect.
Solidarity.
What is that?
How do you draw
Wait a minute,
solidarity?
Excuse me.
I
I'm
don't
not-
even know what respect is.
I'm not done here. Ready? Here we go. It gets even better. Morals, sincerity, honesty, integrity, honor.
How do you draw integrity?
Superfluousness,
It's dignity.
convivience. What the hell are these words?
So the game basically goes from can you draw a physical from a physical
Can you draw
object,
a cat that does not look like a
draw
dog?
opinion.
Oh, here's a good one. Premonition, prophecy, vision. Do I even need to go on, right? There's nothing to distinguish them in a drawing, in a doodle.
Yeah,
Exactly
so
right.
the thing is in this game, right? So you have to draw that thing, but you can only guess once you complete your drawing
Mm-hmm.
as well. So when I haven't actually played it before tonight in terms of the harder cards, but in the harder cards, you spend more time when you're drawing and less time guessing because those negative points really add up throughout the round. So the game plays over 4 rounds and then you add up all your score and that's the end of the game. So the game plays really quickly.
Oh yeah, we played 2 games in less than 25 minutes. Like
Yeah.
it was really quick. Yeah.
Look, the fact that when you were explaining it and explaining the scoring, that at first I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Why the hell are there points in the middle, which you can just pick up for finishing first, and then giving out extra points? But in that harder round, it made a lot of sense.
Yeah, because
Like,
that made you, because you only can pick up the bonus in the middle when you finish your
When you
drawing
finish-
and finish
and finish
guessing.
guessing, yeah.
And when you play with more and more people and everyone's like physically leaning over the table
Yeah.
and putting those guesses in
I
front of you.
would love to play
Ooh.
this in the hard version
At
with
6.
6 players.
Yeah.
It would be insane, but it would be a lot of fun.
I think as well that you mentioned as well that after round 2, so as you said, it's 4 round games for 2, 3, and 4. The bonus points in the middle, you can finish early and you can guess early, but that becomes a negative point if none of your guesses are correct.
Yeah.
So this game really does. It's like you need to draw fast, but not too fast, and
you also need to
get
draw that everyone else can guess your
and
drawings.
that's the thing, because like I lost the
but
first.
don't make it too easy.
I lost the first game because you two, like my dolphin, you both guessed
It
shark.
wasn't a dolphin.
I know it was an
It was
absolute,
like a mattress with eyes.
it was complete rubbish, right?
So, like-
but you want people to guess your drawing, so that's why I love this game, because in some other games you're like, I just need one person to guess it, but in this game you want everyone to guess it correctly, and that's where this game I think really picks up for me, is that because it's a solo competitive game where you want your opponents to guess your drawing,
Yeah.
and that in it of itself makes you go, I can't just rush it to get to the guessing. Ha ha ha, you all suck. It's like, no, because you just got 3 negative points, even though you only scored 1 point. Ha, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
You know?
You got to draw well enough. I think that's the real kicker. If people don't guess your drawings, your own points work against you. That's a very intelligent mechanic by itself.
Yeah, it is. That's what makes the game interesting because
Yeah.
you want to make your drawing better. What I find really cool is you can play this with almost anyone, like little kids all the way to adults, because like level 1, I think, is things like light, street light bulb, Aladdin's lamp. But then even like there's 4 levels, and level 3 is complex enough. Like look at this card in front of me here. It's Yeti or Caveman or Hermit or Castaway. Like that's level 3 out of 4.
I just want to play it again with
They're-
all those different cards.
They're not complex things to draw, but they make you think. And how do you differentiate like between those two words and stuff like that, because people can guess wrong. You want to make sure they get it right.
Yeah, and as you said, so there's 21 different words that you can try and guess, and there are so many of these ones where we were playing it, and there was
I was gonna say you got to tell the fly story. Come on.
Oh,
that was
okay.
gold.
All right, so we're doing one where we needed. It was basically a whole bunch of
It was
Verbs.
hard words. It was hard.
yeah, it was verbs. It was like
That was a green card, wasn't it?
it
was-
was.
No, it was a red one. I'm pretty sure. So like a lot of the words were things like jump, dive, walk.
Yeah, I think it was actually a green card. I think it was.
And,
a
It was in our first round,
And,
buddy.
and as
It
you're
was.
kind of in a panic,
It
your
was.
eyes kind of scan all three cards. Because you're looking for the correct number for the guess, right? And I was looking at Matt's drawing, and it looked like a beautiful fly, like a house fly. And I knew what it was. I'm like, it's a fly. And then I rapidly look at the cards, scanning the cards. I did not see the word fly there. And I was just staring at Matt's drawing. Everyone finished guessing. It
You
was
saw
like,
jump and run and leap
Walk.
and walk.
and then and Matt's just goes to me, he's like, Ralph, you know what that is? I'm like, it's a fly. And he's like, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, and he goes, yeah, it is. And I'm looking at the cards again. I'm like, oh, fuck. There's the word fly smack bang in the middle of one of these
I
cards.
don't know what it is because it looks like a fly.
I mean,
Because it's a fly.
I mean, it looks like a fly. Yeah, it is, Ralph. I'm like, I don't know what I
In
said.
No, I don't think you said anything.
Yeah, I think you just said that. But
No, here it is.
in
Okay, here
the
we go.
in the panic of everyone guessing and stuff, you don't have time. So generally, before people draw, I get everyone to scan those cards and really understand which one of those 21 words it might be.
Yeah.
Go
So,
on, read it out.
all right, this was the card. It was swim, dive, fly, stumble, spin, jump, and dance. It was on there. It was number 3 on the list.
It makes sense.
It does. And look,
We're picking on you, but it's an honest understanding there.
I have to say, Matt's drawing of Quest was amazing.
Oh.
He drew a stick figure with a question mark on top of his head. That was genius.
Quest giver.
It was the quest
it was
giver.
a quest
Right.
giver. Here it is. I'm showing the people at home. They can see it. There it is. I'm showing them. So you want to see what the actual video?
Nice.
Maybe you'll see. Maybe I'll take a photo of it. But I do want to mention, though. You did mention the designer Vlada. We did mention him at the start. I just want to go through some of his notable games. You ready? So we mentioned Mage Knight, but here are some other ones that you may have heard: Galaxy Trucker,
Oh my god.
Code Names.
Really?
Yep, he designed Code Names.
designer.
Oh bloody
He
hell.
also designed Space Alert, Through the Ages, Prophecy were a couple of his big ones, Pictomania, and these are the notable ones according to his thing, to his board game gateway. But he, he
Talk
is,
about prolific right there.
yeah,
That's
he's
fantastic.
really well known, and he's basically.
I mean, he's got 2 games on our draft right there.
Yeah, and one of those games is on my top 10 that's going to come up at some point.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
keep an eye out that. So the next time that all 4 of us are together at the podcast table, we are going to be doing our top 10 lists. That's one of the things to look forward to. So we're going to be going through that. Anyway, but it was a great game. I think this game plays better at, I haven't played it at 6, but I think this game is immediately going to be better at anything plus 4
Yeah.
plus, but I definitely want to play it at 6.
I reckon 4 or 5 is the sweet spot because at 6, you got to get 6 people around the table with enough room to draw and then still lean over and submit a guess. So that's where it starts to get a bit hairy.
I think as well
But
with
it's
6
really
players,
good.
because there's only 6 letter cards you can choose from. So you can also use deduction like at the harder levels.
Not in that time frame.
No? All right, fair enough.
If you want
Maybe.
those bonus points,
Fair
no
enough.
time to deduct anything.
But this